Hi everyone, welcome to the Mainframe Open Education Student User Group. This is our first episode of a series of webinars that we'll be doing over the coming weeks or months, I should say. Um, the Mainframe Open Education Student User Group is a platform that allows students to give in their inputs about what we're doing as the Mainframe Open Education. So we'll allow students to give us their inputs on how we should move forward with the project by reviewing our content and also helping us to make the community aware about this project. I'll hand over to JJ to introduce the project properly.
Thanks, Tisha. Nancy, could you move to the next slide?
Sure. Ooh.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining today. Mainframe Open Education is an interesting subset of, believe it or not, another project called the Open Mainframe Project, which is a part of the Linux Foundation. For those that are not aware of open source, it's a way for things in the software industry, IT overall, to remain vendor agnostic in terms of the contributions made to the community. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize is how much of a community the mainframe folks are in terms of, a lot of these folks have worked in the industry for many decades. They've made it a part of their life. It's a part of their culture, and they know a lot of different people throughout the mainframe. And it's really become a subset of the IT organization, which has, its positives and its challenges as well. One of the things that, has become evident, and the most recent example would be Cheryl Watson and her tuning newsletter retiring from the mainframe industry after a long, illustrious and hard-earned career. She was often termed as the Mick Jagger of the mainframe, which I'm not sure if Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones even resonate anymore, which goes to show that the tenure of the mainframe goes back a long way. But one of the things that comes to mind when people start to retire from the mainframe is who will take over for us, what skills do they need, who will step forward, and how do we transfer the knowledge and information across. One of the important things about Mainframe Open Education is that it is a community-driven, open-sourced knowledge transfer effort. It's all about the students. It's all about the new mainframers, Z next gen mainframers, however you want to term it. And the importance of making sure that we're structuring information that has been created over half a century and position it in a way that is easily consumed and resonates with the incoming folks to make sure that you're getting the value out of it and picking up and realizing the importance and the heritage that the mainframe has in enterprise computing, hybrid cloud, any number of terms there. But one of the things we wanted to focus on in terms of MOE was making sure that it was no cost as well. A lot of times, and a lot of the participants of the core team, I'm here as one of the core team members of Mainframe Open Education. I do work for one of the vendors in the industry. I'm not here as a part of the vendor today. I'm here as a part of the community, as are we all. And one of the things we want to focus on is making sure that we are taking a global approach, making sure that we're reaching around all the different parts of the world to make sure that mainframers from anywhere can come into the community. And make sure that we're doing it in a way that's not vendor centric. We want to make sure that this information is for you and by the community. So as a large part of that, one of the things we're trying to do is a cultural change. Many people in the mainframe community built their knowledge and it became a sense of job security and a way to hold on to a long-standing career. Well, now that they're approaching, a long and hard-earned retirement, what happens with the knowledge that they've gained over the years. Knowledge sharing wasn't always a focus for the community, and that's one of the things that we're trying to change. Really want this aspect of shared ownership between the folks that have long tenure in the mainframe, that have all this platform and institutional knowledge, ways of working with the vendors, ways of working with a different platform, especially now that the mainframe has gotten quite open in its approach. and it's being more fully integrated into enterprise computing. It's no longer something that stands on its own in the back of the data center. With a lot of the new work around open standards, APIs, and such, the mainframe is really coming out into the center of the data center. So that's an important aspect. You know, and again, it's a nonprofit, and so it's meant to be provided for free at no cost to you guys. So your input, your participation, your feedback is critical to the success of this project and the success of other mainframers coming into the community. You could almost look at it like it's a Wikipedia of mainframe knowledge, education, and information. You know, and that's the simplicity that we're trying to get to, and the pervasive use and contributions. So anything you guys can do to help out with us would be greatly appreciated. One of the ways that we really want this to be built up is in a way that it supports not just the community at large, but then also institutions of higher learning, academic institutions throughout the world, to become base materials that they might be able to use in their courses as well. We know that the mainframe isn't really prevalent in many computer science programs, but we want to change that with this effort. So by you providing the information gaps, providing feedback on the content, what makes sense and what doesn't, is absolutely critical to how we're going to succeed and achieve success today. So one of the things that we want to do is show you how you can start contributing, start accessing the information, and really reach out to us and engage with us, so that way we can make this along with you, because this isn't an effort just by us. It's a collaborative effort by all. So I'm going to turn it over to Nancy, and she's going to show how people can start contributing.
Thank you, JJ. Hello, everybody. I'm Nancy. I'm now taking on the big hat of helping editing and organize the content that goes into Mainframe Open Education, which is carried out by a tool we're adopting, Gitbook. For the current content, we now have 5 chapters with 1 welcome chapter scheduled and structured in place. So in the welcome chapter, you will learn who we are, our mission and vision, and how you can contribute to MOE. And then we currently have 5 chapters sketched out, starting from the very basic, what is a mainframe today. And this is our current chapter that is ready to release, and we're still working on the chapters 2 to 5. In chapter 1, what is a mainframe today, we include a variety of learning content, including the videos, the blogs, readings, interactive mapping with IBM support, helping you to get to know what is a mainframe 50 years back all the way to today, how mainframe get modernized with the modern technology. Moving on from chapter 2 to chapter 5, we're actively working on building the content out, but we also wanted you to be part of this building process and contribute to the content you think should be in there and you think people new to the community should have knowledge of. So for the content, like I said, we're actively building it, but we're also actively seeking for new contributors to come in and help us with building this knowledge ecosystem. Not only we have the content of the mainframe knowledge and skills included in these chapters, we also have future topics and suggestions planned out that we also want to include in this project. For one, that also one of my personal favorite topic is actually hearing from you about your mainframe journey. So far, we have a few contributors coming in, share how do they learn mainframe knowledge from zero and how they grow from students to be mainframe professionals. So they have their blogs posted here. They have their they have their journey shared with us. So we encourage you to become part of that and share your story with us as well. For the others, we also have community resources provided to our contributors and learners. We have digital badge information to instruct you how you can earn Mainframe Open Education digital badges through being a contributor here. And also we provide resources for ZOS mainframe practitioners and also our reviewer list. So we again encourage you to become the contributor and reviewer for us as well. So as you can see, we are also open to other suggestions on the topics besides what's being put out here. So let us hear from you and let us see your work going on these chapters and future chapters as well. We're looking forward to that. So up next, I'm going to hand over to Tiso. Tiso, as one of our early users and contributors to MOE, I'm sure he has plenty to share with us. The good, bad, and ugly. But this is a building process, and we're looking forward to hear from all of you. So let's start with Tiso's story.
Thank you, Nish. I joined this project as a student back in 2022 from the Open Mainframe Project Summer Mentorship. I didn't know much about this project, but my mentor guided me through what this project is and what it's all about. So my first contributions were to make other students aware of this amazing project that we have. So I went on to write blog posts about this project and also the word of mouth at my university, because then I used to run a tech club and I'd always tell the students at my university about this awesome project that we're doing whenever I present changes. So as I progressed with the project, I reviewed the content, of which I still continue to do. I put out my suggestions to the other members of the core team on how we should steer this project going forward. I've also hosted a couple of webinars with students from the University of El Salvador, Super 8, and the University of North Texas. That was when we were testing out the concept of this student user group, of which went well. The response that we received from those students was amazing. They used to submit their reviews weekly because we met every Friday, and they would submit their reviews before the next meeting. So that helped us to learn more about what the students need and incorporate some of their suggestions into what we have now. Testing the concept of this student user group meant that I had to gather a team of other student leaders who helped me with this project to make sure that they also invite some of the students in their network and make them aware of this project. The response that we usually get is not so great, but we're still hoping that we get more students who are willing to give it their all and make sure that we carry forward the legacy of the mainframe. You know that the older mainframers are retiring and they putting it upon the youth to make sure that the mainframe technology remains stable and we have talented and skilled individuals to take on the mainframe roles. To this day, I still contribute content whenever I can, which I haven't been doing that a lot lately. I believe that's what earned me the contributor badge, as you see it on the left side of the screen. So you also can be able to earn this badge. You don't need to do much to earn this badge. Just writing a few blog posts and leaving some comments and suggestions on our ebook could really help you to earn this badge so that you put it out there on online platforms like LinkedIn, and you'd be able to showcase your knowledge and skills. We have 3 levels. This is just the first one. We have level 2 and level 3 also that you can learn about our Gitbook. And yeah, as I showed my commitment to this project and my enthusiasm in learning mainframe skills, the team saw my eager to learn and invited me to join the technical steering committee, where I usually participate in their weekly meetings to stay current with the developments of this project and the overall development in the mainframe sector. Yeah, I guess this is where I leave it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiso. Here we have the information about how you can contribute to MOE. We provided the login link for you as a contributor. And within the page, you can actually find how you can earn the badge or the badges Tiso just mentioned. So you can find the information here. And actually, one more thing before we jump to the next webinar information, based on the story Tiso just shared with us, there is a few things I want to further point out that although Tiso shared a lot with us, how you can contribute and also how committed you can be for this project. So for a few action items, to be very specific, how you can help us would be for today, after or during the webinar, just join MOE. So sign up with the sign up link and log in now to become a contributor. Once you are on the page, you can do the usability testing for us and see how we can make MOE more accessible. Does the page flow smoothly from your side? Do you see every section gel together nicely and things like that? And you can also provide your content critique for us. Do you think the content is helpful to you? How does the content helpful to you, and how can you make the content even more helpful to you and everybody else? Besides, you can also make suggestions to the content that you can let us know by adding a page or leave a comment to let us know what content, although you cannot be the contributor, but you would like to see showing up on MOE pages. Further, like JJ and the Tiso mentioned, you can also be our content developer to help us to develop the content into the curriculum that university learners like yourself could adopt from here. So you have the chance to become the curriculum builder for us here. And then, like we mentioned multiple times, content contribution, you can contribute into the pages and also learn from the content we have. And then with your contribution, you can definitely claim a badge or badges that to showcase that your contribution on the social media with us. So here is all we have on MOE. And with, do we have questions from our participants today? Okay, I'm going to hand this page back to JJ, I believe, for our next student user group webinar information. Or I should hand back to.
It's all good. I got it, Nancy. So thank you very much. And thanks, Tiso, for sharing your experience. Again, we're all part of the core team. We very much want to be able to help people come into the mainframe community. As such, we're going to start hosting regular student user group webinars. We're going to shoot for the first Wednesday of each month to have a regular cadence, and we'll be shooting for an hour. One of the things that we want to hear back from the community is, what topics do you want us to cover? We can always come up with different ideas and recommendations based on the work that we have going on a regular basis, but your input is invaluable to the success of the project. So please make sure that you reach out to us through the Mainframe Open Education website or through the Gitbook that we have out there. Because, please remember, this is all about you and your success becoming a mainframe.
Thank you, JJ. Letiso, anything added to it from the student perspective, knowing you have this story to share from the student to the mainframe professional?
Yeah, I'd really encourage more students to join in on this sessions because this is where you get to learn more about the lighter theoretical part of the mainframe. For those who are still undecided about the careers that they want to follow, this is like a good place to start because those are some of the topics that we're going to cover in the future. I've met a lot of students who are still struggling to choose a career path to follow on the mainframe because there's quite a lot to learn. It can be exhausting. So what we have here is much lighter that would really introduce you to the basics of the mainframe. And as you continue, you'd be guided into which paths to follow. So yeah, I'm hoping to see more of you in the coming months.
Thank you. And I do see Eugene, our student group organizer, joined the webinar. Eugene, do you want to talk to your student followers about joining MOE and also some of your personal experience to share with us? We'll have your page up. Is Eugene allowed to talk? Not as a panelist?
I turned it on for him.
Okay. Thank you,
Can
JJ.
you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can.
Yes. Oh, okay. So yeah, I was gonna say that I think this is a great opportunity to learn and contribute to something that plays an important role in the future of mainframe learning. I think that we don't have access to subject matter experts within the field of mainframes. And so pulling them together and getting them to share their experience and their tips and tricks to how to master the mainframe essentially helps us to kind of cross that bridge from academia to industry in a way that is tailored to us because we get to give that feedback on the learning platform on how we want to receive that learning material. So I think this is a great opportunity, a first of its kind from my point of view, that I think that for everyone that is joined today, you're already contributing to something bigger than you can imagine because the mainframe is not going anywhere. I mean, it's turning 60 years in the upcoming week, which kind of shows you that this is a critical system that is there. But unfortunately, or fortunately, the people that are working on it have been there for a while. And so when they retire, there's going to be a huge skills gap. So I always say that there's nothing to lose by learning a new skill. So whether you're in data analytics or whether you're in AI or cybersecurity, when you know mainframes, you become more unique. There's something more. You build yourself up, and you get more equipped by learning more skills. So I would encourage everyone to join the platform, contribute, be open-minded. Yes, you are capable. And yes, there might be pressure from university, but you can do it.
Thank you. That's so very well said, Eugene. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks.
So I guess do we have questions at this point from our audience? I'm going to leave the slide as our next student user group webinar information and hope more of you can join us. No matter you join us today, thank you for that. Or those of you who are watching the recordings, definitely try to join us next time online and then pass us the topics you want to hear from, or even the speakers you want to hear from, and we will definitely make that happen for you.
I did open talking for Mohammed, but not sure if we want to force him to draw him out in the open. But I do want to thank him for joining. And you know, again, for Mohammed and everyone else that sees this webinar when it's replayed on the Open Mainframe Project YouTube channel under the MOE playlist. Please spread the word about this. You know, awareness and participation are the two ways that this project will succeed for you. So thank you for attending today.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Great. Thank you, everyone.